the hits just keep on coming.
CKLW, the Motor City. CKLW, yesterday.
At 1965 is when I first came to WKNR, and nice chatting with those of you on the telephone. Sorry we can't get to more calls. Also, one of the all-time legends of Detroit radio record keeping, a guy who has all air checks, copies of guys' shows from the beginning of time, has everything that's ever happened in Detroit radio, is right here, right now. Art Volo. Just say hi.
Hi, Scotto.
Hi, Art. And Art is in here, believe it or not, videotaping me, which I find hard to believe. You know, I look a lot better on the radio. I really do, a lot better. Anyway, radio is interesting. I never really enjoyed television because I always felt that, how would the Lone Ranger be if he took off his mask?
That's true.
You know, if the Lone Ranger took off his mask. Hi, Peter.
How are you?
I'm okay. You having a good time?
I'm sitting here smiling so much. This is amazing. I mean, talk about trips down memory lane. This is too much fun
Memory lane, friends.
A blast from the past.
Yes, indeed. Okay, now we would like to tell you. What would we like to tell you? Let me look at my list. We would like to tell you that we are going to be playing a little bit later on some Beatles stuff, some Supreme stuff, some Stevie Wonder stuff. We're going to play the winner, the tape of the woman. Now she's a woman, then she was a girl. Her name was Diane, and she was the winner of the trip to see the Beatles. Flew there with me. Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, lions and tigers. She flew there with me to Los Angeles in 1966. We'll play that and lots of other things. We may even play, if I get enough courage, an adventure of the Lone Burger. I don't know if we'll do that or not. I have to think
Burger
about
Club.
that. The Burger Club.
Burger Club.
I don't know if we're going to play the Lone Burger or not. Seriously, I don't know. You know, we'll see. If I'm feeling courageous, we'll play it. Now, one of the biggest, as we mentioned earlier, local groups were hot and heavy 65 to 68 in Detroit, with Motown being here. Bob Seger was here. The Unrelated Segments were here. Just tidal waves were here. So many great local groups. One of them, one of the tops, and this is one of my favorite records of all time, Tom D'Angelo, who works here in the market now at CKLW. They're going to cut me off. No, they're going to cut me. No. And he uses the name Johnny Williams over there. He's a great guy, one of my real good friends, and I hope he gives me the $10 for saying that. No. $10, I thought that was a good price. You know, I could have asked him for $20. I mean, this is a big radio station, right? $20, $10.
Inflation.
Anyway, inflation, that's right. He's a friend of mine. I said, okay, $10, I'll mention your name. I'm only kidding. Anyway, Tom was involved with this record, and Rick, I can't pronounce Rick's last name. Wysan. There, I can pronounce Rick's name. Don't know my own powers. Anyway, these guys were from Allen Park. They were number one. We had this thing called the Top 1+3 voting. They were number one for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks with this record. It's a sensational record. The group is Tim Tam and the Turn-Ons. Do you remember this? Listen.
You're listening to Scott Regen on Keener 13. I'm searching for an old, can that new love be?
There's a giant record in 1963 and 65, yeah. The Kingsmen, Louie. Yeah, Louie, the Kingsmen, WNIC reunion weekend with Scotty Regen, Bill Gable. He'll be in here between 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock this afternoon. Hope you're enjoying this whole scene. We got lots of interesting things for you. Stay where you are.
This is John Lennon. Well, you can't hear what we're saying. Ta-da.
Hi, this is Stevie Wonder, and you know you're listening to the Scott Regen Show, and I know that we've got a groove going.
local group, the Shy Guys from Oak Park, Michigan, and they did that little thing for me, and I don't know where they are today, but thank you, guys. It was absolutely incredible. This is the
Burger Club.
The Burger Club. This is the WNIC Reunion Weekend. I'm Scotty Regen. This is Edwin Starr and the Fantastic Four. Another little goodie for you. Scott's on Swingers. Remember this? WNIC Reunion Weekend. Well, I live in New York now. I haven't been back for a long time, 7 years since I left New York. I was here for about 14 or 15 years. WKNR and Keener 13 were certainly the highlight of my life and my professional career. And each of you and all of you that were there at the time certainly made it that for me. And for that, I thank you very much. It was really something, those years, 65 to 68, and listening to my favorite records and meeting all the artists and going on the Beatle tours and introducing the Beatles at 66 at Olympia Stadium. It was great. It was a magic time. It was a magic time. And I want to thank WNIC for inviting me back, and Steve Goldstein for helping me out, and Greg. What is Greg's last name?
Oh, you had to ask me. Kennedy.
No, it's not Kennedy. Greg Karakalaka.
Well, I believe.
Kuykendall. That's why couldn't I think of that?
Yeah.
Greg Kuykendall. There's an easy name, right? Spelled with a K for a group, the Kuykendall. No, it probably wouldn't be a good name for a group. Greg was terrific. He assisted me a lot in producing this, and Peter as well, so I wanted to thank you very much. Live your life to the max. Take the passion. Make it happen the way we say it here in the 80s. I'm going to do it, and thank you very much. And listen to this that's coming up now, and I'll see you.
You're listening to Scott Regen.
And we are WNIC FM, Dearborn, Detroit. There in a matter of 20 minutes, you spanned a career there, didn't you?
Yeah, I was about 3 years, 2.5, 3 years.
Oh, my gosh. Scotty, thank you very much for joining us here on the Reunion Weekend from WNIC. You made it.
I was great. I'm glad. Thanks for all your help, Peter. And Tom Ryan, I forgot to thank Tom Ryan.
Tommy, thanks. Really. Hey, we get to turn over the microphone to another. This is amazing. I'm getting the chills here. This goes on and on. We're going to turn it over to Bill Gable, so we'd like to welcome you here, Bill.
Thank you, Peter. Oh, Scotty's going
I want to welcome you here, too, Bill. You know.
Thank you, Scotty. Tough act to follow because all those incredible tapes that you brought with you.
You're going to do fine, believe me. You're pretty, you were fantastic at CKLW.
But I feel totally unprepared. I'm in transit. You know, I guess being a disc jockey tends to be, well, it's an understatement, a transient profession at times.
Absolutely.
And all of my stuff is on some Beacons truck between here and North Carolina now. So I have no tapes. I have no old jingles. Thanks to Tom Ryan, we have some old music.
Yeah, and they have some old jingles here. Motor City Weather jingles,
we got
CKLW jingles.
Stuff. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Going to make you feel at home. Going to feel good.
All right, well, Tommy will help you feel a little bit prepared. And it's just terrific to be here, and I guess we're here for the next 3 hours, and I'm ready to roll if you are, Peter.
All righty.
All right.
We got to welcome all our friends here from the television crews, too.
We haven't done that from Channel 4?
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
This is it, the Reunion Weekend.
And the Spinners, and I think this is the number 22 song of 1972. It's I'll Be Around from WNIC and the